gods and goddesses, fuck, I lost the accent.
Yeah, lose it immediately.
God
I
damn
don't want
it.
it the whole time.
I took a crap. Welcome to Respectfully. I'm Andrea Allen.
I'm Lizzy Cassidy.
And I'm fucking crazy today, man.
Yeah, did you take your medicine?
I didn't take my medicine. I ate a baby.
No, but for real, did you take your medicine?
I did. I just watched 25 minutes of Fat Bastard.
No, I know.
It was so great.
It was so great.
Oh, yeah. By the way, hi, Sport Mode Mike.
Sport
Hi,
Mike
guys.
is here with us.
How you doing?
Indulging in a little 2000s fat phobia. You know what?
It's fun.
It's just a nice little snack.
But the way you were laughing at it made me think that you might be having a little bit of a manic episode.
You just look over, I'm crying silently too. I ate a baby.
Like, it's funny.
It's so
But-
funny.
It's really funny.
It's really funny. That what did he say when he farts? He goes,
Sorry, I farted.
right. It smells like sick. Woo.
Oh,
Life's, pretty bad. And every
Yeah.
once in a while, you got to just look at Mike Myers in a fat suit.
sing it.
Oh, what
Yeah.
a little treat. It's whatever makes you feel good.
Yeah, if that's what makes you happy, there are so many worse things.
For sure.
You could drink
Like
yourself to
Andrea
death.
holding the microphone right now. If you don't put it on the table, I swear to God, you're getting the fuck out of here.
I'm trying this new thing where I'm loose with it.
Yeah, also vibe-wise, I hate it.
I start to turn into a comedian who I slap the mic against my leg.
You can hear every movement that the microphone makes. It drives me nuts.
Oh, sorry, you're such a pussy. Tech
For
boy.
Scotland.
For Scotland. All right.
All right.
All right. I'm going
All
to
right.
calm down. I'm going to calm down. Let's start this bitch off with a respectfully segment.
Should we start off with a sniff?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
God, I almost
you guys got to
forget.
have a sniff.
Guys, we should do this beginning of every podcast.
I don't know. I don't think we should. I think if we do it every podcast, I might start drinking.
When people think we're talking about a sniff, it's like, let's smell our underpants together. No, so both as sober people, I used to do this a lot more when I quit drinking. I don't know if you did, but
Yeah, you
taking
used to do it to me.
Oh, yeah. You were like, I don't have a fucking problem.
Yeah, and you were
I
like,
would
let me
be-
sniff your drink. And I was like, there's a lot of whiskey in it.
I got a double because I have it under control.
I got a single, poured some in the bathroom because I keep it in my purse.
I'm being cost effective.
Another sober person was talking to me the other day and they were like, oh, I used to only like drink in my apartment because I couldn't afford to go to bars. And I was like, yeah, that's why I had whiskey in my purse, dog.
Fucking smart.
Yeah.
So for all the sober alcoholics out there, if you take a good sniff,
Let's not recommend it because some of you probably can't handle it.
you know if you can handle it
But
or
if you
not.
can handle it, take a sniff.
Dude, a sniff is so
The
good.
sniff
How do you-
sometimes deters me.
How do you know if you can handle it? Is it
maybe-
as simple as like I take a sniff and then I'm like, pour me some? Is
Right, I
You
guess.
have
that
to-
it?
You have to like not have a burning desire to drink alcohol.
Yeah,
see.
I think so.
You have
yeah.
to like want to stay sober.
You have to have a reason to live to take a sniff.
Yeah. And I would recommend the first time you take a sniff, do it in front of someone you trust,
Yeah.
like acid, you know?
Yeah.
And then they can stop you if shit gets hairy. And don't ever sniff your favorite.
Yeah.
Like don't
your
sniff
favorite.
whatever your favorite is because then you're just gonna drink it.
Sometimes you can like sniff something that's kind of gnarly.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
you'll be like, God, why did I ever do
you
this?
still get a little high.
You still
from
get a
it.
little high from it.
If you're indifferent towards it, then I think it's okay.
Yeah.
If you're indiff, take a sniff.
Take a sniff.
Take a sniff.
Great. Put that on a t-shirt.
That's right, baby. It's right next to I ate a baby and I'm sniffing hard liquor to
Oh
make
my
it
God.
through the day.
I'm like nervous. Why am I nervous?
Because it's going to be pure ecstasy.
For the
Also-
listening audience, Andrew, what are you sniffing?
Yeah, so sorry. I don't know why you wouldn't know that. It's clearly obvious that I'm sniffing Jack
My
Daniels.
butthole.
Jack Daniels, Tennessee whiskey, courtesy of Slickback Studios.
That's right.
Shout out to the studio. And by the way, here's another next net level thing with the sniff. If you sniff and then you drink a non-alcoholic liquid during it, it almost creates the sense.
Also,
Yes.
can I say there's 4 beverages between us right now, not including what we're sniffing? This is the most alcoholic shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it is.
Like the two of us being like, I just need something to hang on to while I talk.
Let me rip the e-cigarette
For
Yeah.
Scotland.
for Scotland. All right, here we go. I'm sniffing and drinking
I'm scared you're going to drink the wrong one.
Yeah, please don't drink the whiskey.
Oops. Okay.
That's so close to your mouth. Oh my goodness.
I know. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
That was incredible.
Dude, if we like release a photo of me like this, everybody in my life who loves me is going to call me.
Just
Because
the booze right up to your
whiskey
lips.
was my thing.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Whiskey was
ready?
my thing too. I'm fucking. We know. I know. Isn't that good?
Lizzy, you look like you're about to ride a mechanical bull.
Yeah.
Dude, I am. Do you know how good I am at riding a mechanical bull?
You're
Not
born
shocking.
to do it.
No, literally, like, I'm so good at it that people get annoyed where they're like, all right, get off.
Do you like body roll on there?
Well, I used to ride horses.
Oh, right.
So I'm like a
right.
hack. Like, I
Yeah.
know what to do.
You're a hack.
Yeah, I am.
Dude, that fucking horse, what is it? What are they called?
Bronco?
Yeah, you're a hack bronco.
Oh, you mean the people who ride them?
Yeah. What is it?
Cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah.
Couldn't think of cowboy.
I know. It's the booze. It's the booze, by the way. None of you saw this. If you guys caught this in the video, you get 10,000 points. I was so excited that I sniffed the microphone instead of the whiskey because I was like delirious with fucking joy. I went,
Oh, what a big sniff.
Big sniff.
oh, yeah, for Scotland.
For Scotland.
God, booze is good.
Which brings us to our first segment.
Which perfectly brings us to our first
We didn't even
respectfully
think of
segment.
that.
I know.
But it does bring us to our first respectfully segment, which is respectfully, if you're in active addiction,
Shut up.
I can't with you anymore.
You need to put your fucking didiaper on and get your life together.
You need to take your diaper off.
Take it off. If it's filled with poop, take it off.
and go to an AA
And
meeting.
if you're shitting, put it on.
Why are you my problem all the time?
Oh, God.
Here's the thing. Let's clarify what we mean.
Yes.
When you know somebody and sometimes love somebody
Yes.
who is in active addiction, the thing that they tell you to do is like, you have to wait for them to hit rock bottom.
Sure.
You can't help somebody who's not ready to help themselves. But why not?
I know.
Let me help you because I'm sick of talking to you.
I'm so annoyed by you. And that's the thing is like you have to, everyone goes, addiction is an illness, blah, 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 which is true.
Blah, 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 blah,
Blah, blah, blah, blah, yakety, yakety,
Yeah,
yak.
yeah.
But of
yeah.
Scotland, I love booze, my wife is dead, whatever. But like,
I hit my baby with my car. Shut up.
I hit my baby. It's like, can we talk about how annoying drunk people or just addicts are and stealing from you, lying to you,
Crying at you.
Bad
ruining.
style.
Oh, bad
Style.
bad style, bad hair.
Bad breath.
Oh my God.
And if you don't know this about Andrea and I, we are addicts.
Yes.
So relax.
fucking big moon-faced annoying nightmares.
All right, relax on the moon. You know that I was rocking a moon ass face.
You were a full
in
moon,
the end of my
bitch.
addiction.
You were a full moon every day of the month.
It was bad
You
news
were pulling
bears,
the
dude.
tides with your face.
Oh my God. So were you.
I know. I was 22 when I was a drunk and I looked 45.
Yeah. I was 25 and I looked, oh my God, 60.
60. Yeah. Oh, well, I would get mad at older men that fucked you during that time, but you actually kind of did look age appropriate. To
Okay.
them.
Ouch. Incredibly hurtful.
I know.
Also, you should have been mad at older men who were fucking a shit-faced
I was.
22-year-old.
I mean, I was. This is where you've never seen me as an active addict, so I've always been the uppity,
But
annoying.
you've seen me.
I know.
And, blah, blah,
and
blah.
I'm so lucky to be able to have been better than you.
I could have been worse. I wasn't one of these people who was like constantly making you clean up my messes.
Yeah, no, you weren't. You weren't.
But I was annoying.
The thing is, when you're
sad.
being annoying, yeah, you were annoying and sad, but so was I. And we're both annoying and sad, either in and out of addiction.
Sing it.
So it's really not that huge of a difference.
Yeah.
But
the addiction just turns it up
yeah.
to like an untenable level.
I mean, I saw a few bar conversations between you and
And my ex-boyfriend,
your ex-boyfriend.
where I was like, did you just tell me to shut the fuck up in public? And then I'd cry.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You and I don't know if we were ever let me say this. This is a controversial take. There are people who are fun addicts and there are people who are annoying addicts.
Yes.
And
yes.
usually it correlates to the personality of the person at their core. There's also people who are addicts who keep it together just enough.
Yeah.
And those people actually end up being addicts for longer a lot of the time.
That's what I'm talking about. That annoys me the most.
Yeah.
Because like I can't help you until you hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And you're just dodging it.
Uh-huh.
You just keep dodging it.
You just get
and I want to fix you.
I know. And if your family has money,
This is the thing.
you're going to skate along that fucking almost bottom.
Oh, and then they get to go to like rehab that has horses.
Yes.
And I had to go to a hospital where a Russian nurse strip searched me and called me names.
That sounds like a good time. For Scotland, you drunk bitch.
You guys, I can't stress enough how much it wasn't a good time. It was for sure one of the worst things that's ever happened to me.
I can only imagine.
I had to beg her to let me keep my underwear
That's crazy.
instead of wearing disposable paper underwear for a week.
That little Russian slut was smelling those back behind
Yeah.
the, behind
She was
the,
so mean, dude.
I'm sure she was.
It was like 4 a.m. and she was like intaking me and I was delirious going through alcohol withdrawal, just like shaking and fucking like hallucinating. And I was like, what?
And then there's just some person who's had a fine life
And
who's just being annoying.
yeah, also she like, so when I went to detox, it was during, like it was after COVID started.
Yeah.
So for the first night, you have to like, you get to sleep in a room by yourself because they're waiting for your COVID test to come back. And then they move you into a room with 4 other women. But the first night you're in a room by yourself and like, it's not, there's technically like a bedtime, I guess. Not really, because it is adults. Like
Yeah.
it's not a summer camp, you know?
It's,
So
not a summer New York City
but the horse
detox.
one probably is.
Yeah, the horse one's probably
But
great.
so it's 4 a.m. and they take me into this room by myself. But as they're walking me to the room, there's like, there are addicts going through detox, just like wandering the halls because they can't sleep.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously the doors don't lock because then you'd kill yourself in there.
Yeah.
So she like puts me in this room by myself. And I was like, hey, what's like stopping anyone else from coming in here while I'm sleeping? And she goes, no, it's not allowed.
That's great.
Everyone knows crazy people
Just the
love
rules.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, junkies love following the
The
rules.
most governable population known to man.
Yeah, but then they give you a fistful of Ativan and you fall right asleep. Somebody could have come in and me and I'd have no idea.
You call that one the freebie, the trauma freebie.
Yeah.
The Scotch free. Go ahead and make that the clip. But then also, by the way, this is mental. When people are mentally ill, and this is not necessarily addict or no addict, but usually most of the time addicts are mental. It's an illness on its own. When people are mentally ill, and this is usually men, and every woman in their life is just begging them to get better.
We're not even just begging them. We're like offering solutions.
Yes. We have a 5-point
We're like, here's a
plan.
list of therapists that I researched that will get along with you.
I checked your insurance for you.
Yes.
I never in my life have I expected someone to fix me.
I know.
And there's people out there who are like just ruining everything they touch.
I checked myself into detox.
I know.
Do you know how few people do that?
I know.
I did that. And then I have to be like, hey, you have to get sober. Or we can't be friends anymore. And people are like, oh, meh, 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 meh.
Uh-oh, I spent all my money again. Now it's everybody else's problem.
Uh-oh, I'm having long-term health problems from alcohol, but that's probably fine. Right, Lizzy?
I have wet
And then I'm
brain.
the bitch for going, no, I don't think it's fine.
If you ruin your life with your actions,
Yeah.
and then you seek advice, and the people
Yes.
close to you go, stop doing
Ruining
these
your life.
actions
Yeah.
and ruining your life, you then can't be like, well, you thought I couldn't not ruin my life.
Lizzy and Andrea are mean because they told me to stop ruining my life. Nobody else cares about you. That's like one time somebody was giving me advice, and as he was giving me advice, he picked up a cigarette off the sidewalk and lit it.
Sick.
The audacity.
I love it.
Dare you?
The audacity up is so crazy. And I know that it's the denial because I've lived in the
me too.
denial also. But there comes a certain point where it's like, why can't I just acknowledge that you are a rancid hang?
That's it.
You fell asleep at my house party. I
Get
had
outta
to
here.
clap in your face. You need to get out now.
The best, you know what's my favorite? When somebody who's like clearly an addict comes to you and is like, yeah, I just like, my life isn't going the way I want and, I'm not feeling well. So I think I'm going to stop drinking caffeine. And you're like, you're on cocaine. The problem isn't caffeine, it's cocaine.
Your face is moving around, but you're not doing it.
Like, I think I'm just going to go to the gym more. You're like, are you fucking nuts?
If your eyeball moves without you doing it voluntarily, stop doing
Go to
cocaine.
detox.
I know. And also, it always comes with a slew of drama.
Yeah.
And listen, I can create drama without booze and pills, which is fun.
We love it.
And that's
We know
my
it.
joy. Listen, that's how I have fun. And I've owned that.
Me too.
But like when you have drama every week with a different person, you're the drama.
You're the drama.
You're the drama, babe.
Literally, it's like that thing that's like, if everyone else in the room is an asshole,
Yeah.
maybe you're the asshole. If everybody else in the room isn't drinking enough to be fun, maybe you're fucking drinking too much.
Being the girl in a family,
Being the girl who went to therapy,
I hate it.
I hate it.
I know. And I'm like, if I didn't get well, what would happen?
I know.
I'll turn this car around. I hate having to turn this car around, and I'm always turning this car
But also,
around.
it's like you're the girl in the family and you got sober and you went to therapy and nobody else did. So they're like, well, you're the crazy one.
yes.
Because you had to go to therapy and
I
get
know.
sober. And you're like, I went to therapy and got sober. I'm the fixed one.
I know.
You guys are still fucking nuts.
I know.
But I'm the one. I'm the guy with the problem.
I'm the fixie over here,
Ugh.
and you're driving stick.
Anyway, the point is, I am so fucking sick and tired of people who are actively drunk coming up to me and going, "Oh, I don't know, my life's not going the way I want it to. Don't know if I got problem. I don't like to call myself an alcoholic. Grow up.
I don't like to call
Go to a
myself.
meeting.
I don't like to call myself an alcoholic. Is the
Is the
funniest sentence
funniest.
ever. If you have to justify that, you used to do this. Do you know what my
We all used to do
you know my
this.
favorite of your personal
I know what it is.
active addict things that I used to go?
I know exactly what it is.
Lizzie would go, everyone in my family is an addict, so I think I'm not because I know. Like I'm I'm planning ahead of I don't know the behavior. I'm not the behavior.
Yeah.
I go, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense, buddy.
Yeah, that's like what's the I'm trying to think of the other ones that people use. Like people who are like, well, when I like don't go out, I don't drink.
How did you know you had a problem? Classic active addict question.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to have a nice fucking day.
Yeah.
And you are asking me about my most personal internal issue.
Yeah, my like come to Jesus moment wasn't fun.
Yeah. There's one girl who's always fucking hammered, and we go to and she's hammered. She's single and she won't shut the fuck up about it. She's always wearing the worst outfit. She's just lame as fuck. And I'm always nice to her. I'm always the one who talks to her the longest, where she prattles on about nothing. And how do I get fucking rewarded? In front of everybody. She goes, how do you know? No, she went, I hope this isn't too personal. And I said, already we're in trouble.
Yeah.
It's like the I'm not racist but
Yeah.
of sober questions.
Yeah.
Just like look over your shoulder before you ask it.
Right,
You're like,
exactly.
Yeah,
This isn't too personal.
New person.
Also
in the
hilarious coming from you.
group. Right. Okay, that's fair.
Hilarious coming from you, person who's like, so how did your dad die? And I'm like, you can't just fucking ask people that.
Okay, but I won't do it in front of a group, and you know that. I'll do it in a diner
Don't-
booth, and I'll stare you
don't.
directly in the eye while I
Yes,
do it.
you will do it in front
All right,
of a group.
That's fair.
You'll do it hard in front of a group.
All right, and I'm an addict, and I'm annoying, so Is this all projection? Maybe.
But you can finish your story. I just,
That's fine.
your glass house is crumbling around you.
That's fair. You know what? I'm sick of pretending I'm not going to be a hypocrite every moment of my fucking life.
Yeah.
That's just how
We can be hypocrites. It's
gonna
fine.
shake out.
We have microphones. We can be hypocrites.
I think if you aren't a hypocrite, you shouldn't be on a microphone. This is a hypocrite machine right here.
Yeah. What do you have? Nothing to say.
What do you have an opinion that's going to be bad in a few years? Get in here.
Yeah.
That's why you do a show every week.
Yes.
Because the opinion updates.
We're learning and growing every day.
Yeah.
And isn't that exciting?
If I was a pretentious asshole, I'd call this podcast the hypocrisy catalog, but I'm not a fucking asshole male comedian. But
and it's just us with like caution tape over our mouths.
Well, you guys can't handle this. Oh, this room doesn't like dark material.
But it's like the same thing. We're still being like, you should go to an AA meeting.
I know. This is the thing. We're like making fun of these people because we want to make them well.
That's the whole thing. I just want you to be better.
I just want your life to improve.
I want you to not die.
I know. And it's insane.
How many addicts do we know that are a great hang until 2 a.m.? You're wonderful.
Yeah.
You're so funny. You're so fun.
I just want you to succeed.
And then at 2 a.m. they turn into this fucking baby.
Yeah, baby nightmare.
That's like
or they get in a fight, or they're getting in a fight.
Yeah. Or they're going like, I just don't know. I'm not making it in comedy.
The worst sentence in the English language.
How'd you get past the New York Comedy Club? You're like, I'm not telling you.
I just don't know why I didn't make it in comedy. The 10 words that will make
That will ruin a hang.
that'll make me blow your head off with a gun.
It ruins more than a hang.
Yeah.
Ruins dinner, ruins a podcast, ruins
100%. But
it ruins a date.
Yeah.
It's the most pathetic thing you could ever say.
Yeah, you said the quiet part out loud. You think we all weren't sitting here thinking about how you're not going to make it? We were.
Every time I see you, I go, oh, thank God I'm not this person.
Oh, you're never going to make it.
Oh, God. I see you go on stage and I go, this is going to be a waste of your fucking life. And that actually does make me feel good in a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this slob, by the way, let me just finish this fucking story. She goes, well, how did you know you drank too much? And it's like, what if the answer is I killed a baby?
Right.
What if the answer is I
killed a baby.
It's a baby.
I drove drunk and hit the baby.
My wife left. Now I'm doing Western.
Yeah.
Mix of Borat. How'd you know? How'd you know you had a problem with alcohol? My wife told me.
This is the solution to our problem. I found it right now.
Yeah, we should just start saying that we killed a baby.
Yeah. I killed a baby. I ate a baby. But
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
How did you know you had a problem with alcohol? Oh, it was a massacre.
my wife, and they're like, "What?" It's like my wife.
my wife died in a tragic car accident.
My daughter is dead.
And I'll never be the same.
For Scotland.
I get sober for Scotland.
I became a white supremacist by accident. I joined the Proud Boys as a black man.
You want to keep going with that part?
We know a black comedian that joined the Proud Boys by accident. Anyways.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a real person.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Screeching halt.
Yeah, so if you're an active addict, just know that you're an annoyance and a burden to everyone around you. And cut it out.
Go to a meeting.
Go to a fucking meeting.
Stop asking me for help.
And also don't
let this be your rock bottom. If you're listening to this,
yeah.
I'm looking at where's my camera. If you're listening to this, and you're a friend of Andrea's and mine.
Yes.
And you're going, they're not talking about me, right? Go to a meeting.
Go to a meeting.
We don't want to talk to you about this anymore.
Go talk to strangers and drink shitty coffee.
Yeah.
Also, you can fuck people for meetings.
No, you
Have
can't.
You ever fucked
no, you
an
can't.
active addict?
No, you can't.
You can't.
No, you can't.
But you can.
Don't do that.
Do it.
Don't do that.
Do it.
No, for real, don't do that. But
definitely do it.
if you are Please don't do that. I hate what you're doing right now. It's so bad. It's literally, I've never told you this, but it's the reason I don't go to meetings anymore. So don't do that.
Because I keep 13-stepping new.
No, because somebody 13-stepped me and now I can't go to meetings.
Somebody 13-stepped me.
I don't want to talk about this on the podcast. It was bad.
All right, fair enough.
Don't fuck people.
Yeah.
But if you do decide to, I really don't find it funny.
Okay.
This is 100% my line. If you do go to a meeting and you're shaking and throwing up, go to detox and let a Russian nurse stick her hand in your butthole.
Because we had to do it.
Because I had to do it, so you should have to.
You should have to too. And join our sober side where you have to perceive everything.
It's actually really fun.
Well, everything is very exciting because you know how bad it is in real time.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
Also, if you guys sniffed that whiskey right now, you'd throw up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a good time.
No. And I had a great time.
Me too.
Oh, that was good. Well, let's take a quick break and then we'll come back and have the fight of a lifetime over a
We're
white
beefing right now.
wrapper. I know. The whiskey's just in the Pellegrino bottle.
You switched it when we weren't looking.
I'm sober.
I'm sober.
I'm a sober comedian.
Sorry, I farted.
Respect my sobriety.
Oh man.
Okay, I have something.
Oh no, you're gonna have a fucking clip, aren't you?
Eventually.
Alright, welcome back to Respectfully. I farted.
And it's bad.
And it's rancid because I ate a bunch of spinach because I don't really eat meat anymore too.
Unless you're with me. And then you do for sure.
Yeah, I meet with you.
I love when you and I, in front of other people, try to say something about ourselves.
And the other one knows
And the other
that
one's
they're
like, well,
lying.
that's just not true at all.
Lizzie's like, I don't fuck dirt balls anymore. And I'm like,
Andrea's like, I don't really eat meat. And I'm like, you eat a hamburger in front of me once a week.
that's the private time.
Yeah,
That's our
fine.
private time. All right.
And
so
it's sacred.
we text each other respectfully segment ideas
Yeah.
all the time. And
Let me do this.
Okay,
really
you
quickly.
do it. You do it.
Andrea texted me, assuming I'd be on her side.
I knew you wouldn't be on my side.
Saying,
Uh-huh.
respectfully, let's talk shit about people who hate Macklemore. I hate Macklemore because I have a brain and eyes and ears.
That had to be a manic Andrea idea.
This is what I'm saying. I
Had
think
to
she's
be.
off her pills.
Yeah, I'm on my pills. Or am I?
Well, then maybe you need new pills.
My pills are made of fat. So bad.
Okay, that sounded like somebody having a manic episode for sure.
My pills are made of fart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to check me in.
Dude, this is getting more and more concerning as we go on.
I'm going to say something vulnerable here. I know that Same Love is a pandery nightmare. I can't listen to Same Love without crying.
Crying.
Oh,
You're
get
gonna
outta
say
here.
that.
I
You should
know.
know.
I know. But here's the thing, and this is my angle, and we can go through this. I wrote like 6 pages of notes on
And
the,
I have one
on the
point, and I'm
defense
gonna
of
win.
Macklemore. Okay, but let me open. This is my opening statement. People who hate Macklemore, if you think Macklemore's music is corny, it certainly is. Is it dated? It certainly is. Is it like, definitely ripping off black culture? Absolutely.
Is it bad? Yes.
It's beautiful and wonderful and uplifting, and how dare you. But
It's not.
there's people pretend to hate. Do you guys remember when like everyone was dumping on Anne Hathaway for like 15 fucking years
Listen,
straight?
Andrea, you're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
to somebody.
Yeah.
You're talking to somebody who likes Nickelback. Okay, I get where you're sitting right now.
Okay.
but it's my job to tell you you're wrong.
Okay, whatever. Okay, you. I'm saying when people are like, I hate Macklemore, and they don't know anything about Macklemore, I'm like, you're a poser. When people say they don't like popular things
Right.
just to pretend
Right.
because
Shut
they
up, Mike.
heard.
When they're not a fan like you.
I am a big fan. I'm a mac and cheese. I'm a Big Mac. I'm a Mac attack. Give me your stupid fucking Gen Z point. You're gonna be listening to
is my whole
Macklemore
point.
ironically in fucking
This
3
is my
years.
whole point.
Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
When I was in the 3rd grade, I thought I was gay
It's such a bad
because I could draw. My uncle was, and I kept my room straight.
Number one.
I told my mom, tears rushing down my face. She's like, Ben, you've loved girls since before pre-K.
It's his experience.
Trippin'. You think this is good?
All right.
This is horse shit.
You know what?
And it's supposed to be like brave to be like, yeah, for a minute I thought I was gay, but then my mom told me I love pussy, so I guess I was just tripping. What are you talking about? If somebody read this to you and was like, this is my art, you would laugh so hard you threw up.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah, Lizzy is 100%
I would.
right.
I agree
Thank
with
you.
I agree with you. However, if you listen, I think it's Hannibal Buress that does this all the time. He does like jokes about fucking corny hip hop when it started, of like pippity boop and on the streets. But like, have you listened to fucking Rapper's Delight? What a piece of shit
No,
that
but
is.
Rapper's Delight's got like a groove.
It does have
And there's something
so
like
does Same Love.
No, it doesn't.
So does Same
No,
Love.
it doesn't.
Mary Lambert, a queer-based Seattle artist, singing her heart out.
Just because you Googled that today doesn't mean you're right about this.
Yes, I did.
Also, this is level 1 slam poetry. That is what we're talking
Yeah.
about right now. He literally goes, I remember doing the math like, yeah, I'm good at Little League. What? This isn't even good for gay people.
It's great for gay people.
I don't know any gay people who like this song.
So when did that come out, Lizzy? Do you know? Top of your head?
I knew you were
I
going to
don't
go
know
off.
off the top of my head. I'm not
I-
a Macklemore fan like this idiot.
I have it written down. 2017, Mary Lambert.
No, is it 2017?
Oh no,
had
Macklemore is
to be
like
way
2000. I think like 5 maybe.
No, it's not that early, but it's like figure it's 2013 or 14. Let's say.
I think you are probably right. Okay.
I just think that like by especially the way we are more comfortable in the way that we're like aware
Yeah.
of homosexuality and
Yeah.
sexuality is on a spectrum, like a broad spectrum. It seems just infinitely tone deaf now. Like I
sure,
know it means
100%.
well, and I know that it's like he is not trying to be, but it's like Lizzy is so right that like he's like, oh, I played Little League, so I can't be gay. It's like, what are you talking about?
yes.
It's so lame.
It's lame and stupid. I agree. But does it tug on my fucking liberal, rich,
But,
white
like, why?
heartstrings? Yes.
this
and
is,
at the
this
time,
is giving someone who doesn't know gay people.
I'm a fucking halfling. I went to a lesbian orgy, and we all know that.
I know. I'm telling you what you're giving, not what you are.
I know. Well, but here's the thing. I absolutely agree with you with Same Love, but I do think we have to contextualize it in the time. And I think we also have to say, and this is my fucking point about Macklemore. Yes, he's corny. Yes, he's a white rapper. But people, it is like Taylor Swift in that people who like that, you know what I mean? Like the Swifties, the Macklemore fans, those people are going to be reached by something corny and mainstream. They are. They're not going to be reached by something counterculture or better or good. They're going to be reached by the slop. So if Macklemore is serving up the slop and is like, you shouldn't hate gay people, the church is problematic. My fucking uncles and grandfather, who is gay, by the way, like it's him being like, sending very wholesome messages, and people love shitting on others who send wholesome messages, and I find it so jaded and fucking lame. It is so easy to be cynical towards him, and I'm like, he was just trying to be fucking nice. He really was. Is it tone deaf? Yes, but are there shitty, closed-minded people in the suburbs who listen to Macklemore and be like, I should treat gay people
don't
like
think there
human
are.
beings? I think there were. I think there definitely were.
I think people who were already fine with gay people thought that was a good song.
I don't know if that's
I don't
true.
think there were people who were homophobic who heard that and were like, you know what? This lesbian can sing. I don't think that happened.
I do think it happened.
Because it doesn't happen.
Because everything descends from culture and mainstream culture will always be stolen from everywhere else. But like, if that's not where it comes from, then where does it come from?
I don't think that a song like that is changing homophobic people's minds. I really don't think it is.
I think it might.
I think if anything can change homophobic people's minds, it's knowing a gay person.
Right,
But even
Macklemore
that
is
usually
the gay-loving person that they
But
know.
he's not a gay person.
I know that.
And he knows because he played Little League.
Okay.
That's how he knew.
Oh, I knew we would die on the fucking same love hill. I knew we would.
Well,
It's
you
such
brought
a
up
bad
another
song, Andrea.
Well, here's the thing.
I know it's a bad song. I'm aware that Same Love is a bad song.
Andrea brought up another song about how it's hard to be Irish or whatever.
It's not a
And
song about being hard to
listen,
be Irish. It's being prideful of being
listen.
Irish, which you fucking
I have
can't
a
shut the
shamrock
fuck
tattoo.
up about. I can't believe you're
Listen.
pretending you don't have Irish blood. I can't
I'm
go to a
not,
party
I'm
where
not.
English people are. You don't. You're
I'm not
from
pretending that.
Ireland.
I'm not pretending that. I'm saying I'm so fucking proud to be Irish that these lyrics fucking offend me. Listen to this shit. You ready for this?
Yes.
This is what your boy wrote about my people. You ready?
He is your people.
And when the English came, the colonizer came. Agree. Good. They filled up bottles of gasoline, turned them into balls of flame. Cool. And hurled them to protect what's ours. Quote, don't touch these lucky charms.
Beautiful.
You lost me, Macklemore.
I love it.
Fuck you. These lucky charms. You think that's what that was about?
Here's the thing that I think I have to clarify too. Everyone has their corny bad thing that they love. Everybody does.
Yes.
Macklemore is mine. And I don't know if I'm such a bad guy.
You're not a bad
for
guy. You're
admitting
just
it.
an idiot.
I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I know it's bad and I enjoy it. Just like I know I think that dad rock is bad and I enjoy it.
Can I show you what you sound like?
Yes. You fucking Gen Z.
I mean, I'm not mad. I don't mind telling other adults that I like Macklemore. But when you tell these young guys at work that, like, your favorite rapper might be Macklemore nowadays, they laugh differently. They laugh in a mean-spirited way, these kids, dude. I don't get it. You know, when we were growing up, you were allowed to just listen to whatever you wanted and stuff. And now I'm like, yeah, you know who's pretty good? Macklemore. And they're like, ah! And they, like, broke up, cracking up, like, to a point where I was like, okay, you're laughing way too hard. You're laughing at that joke, and now you're laughing at me and my whole personality. You know? I know Macklemore's not, like, the sickest rapper ever or anything. I mean, he's not Logic. He's not M.
He's not
just
Logic.
Macklemore, but the boy got them hits.
He has
and then
them
they
hits.
laughed
Okay.
even
I'm with
harder
this
when
guy.
said
I am with this
that.
guy.
And I was like, okay, stop laughing like that. Because they laughed to where they, like, called their mom. And I was like, don't call
This guy's
your mom
hilarious.
laugh
I
at
don't know
me.
why
Like,
you think you're dissuading me with how fun
Look at this guy.
is.
This is you.
That's fine.
This guy wearing like Oakleys and a pink button down is you. All these kids are laughing at me because I like Macklemore. Oh, they hurt my feelings.
They did hurt my feelings.
It's so millennial. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, guess what? In 10 years, someone's going to be looking at you and they're going, that's so Gen Z. It's crazy.
in 10 years, they already do that.
I'm also like Macklemore is theatrical and corny. He wears fucking fur coats. He's a fucking like theater kid. And you're a theater kid and you're pretending you're not. Everyone is.
What is this you're pretending you're not? I'm taking full accountability for everything that I am. I'm an Irish piece of shit with
Yes.
too much pride. I'm a fucking reformed theater kid. I sure as shit am. But I know these things about myself, so I'm not going on stage and rapping about them because I know that they're not likable.
I'm not rapping about them. I'm not playing. I'm not.
You're enabling it.
I'm not enabling.
You're enabling rapping about being Irish, which should be illegal.
If I can't have a nice afternoon in my apartment crying and listening to Same Love,
You can.
then
You
this
can.
isn't the country that I want to live in.
Andrea, you can cry and listen to Same Love in your bathtub as much as you want. But what you can't do is say that we're wrong for thinking you're a dork.
That's fair. You can't think I'm a dork. You can't think I'm a dork. But to be like,
And we do.
And we do.
I've always been a dork though, and I'm fine with it. I think that's another thing, and maybe this is an age thing, is that to be okay with your own dorkdom, it's relieving. You know what I mean? This is what I hate
100%.
is pretentious fucking people pretending that they're not dorky. Like when
I agree
somebody
completely.
is like, I hate this thing, and it's like you've never listened to it. A cooler person that knows more than you told you, and now you're yelling at me about how Macklemore is corny, and you don't even know about Mary Lambert, and you don't even know that he overdosed on opioids, and then
Who
he started a after school
Go ahead, read
program.
it. I know you don't have it
Steps in the right
memorized.
direction.
Also, Andrew, just because somebody does good things and isn't like a scumbag,
Yeah.
is a nice guy, doesn't mean I want to listen to their music.
Thank you, Mike.
I mean, let's be honest here. I'm sure he's a great guy. I haven't heard anything bad about him, but like, I don't care. Like, there's a lot of great guys.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I listen to a lot of country music by great guys. You're not into that, are you?
Do I just want Macklemore to be my dad? Yes. Is
And
that
that's
the
what you
core
have to
of
admit.
all this?
Because
yes.
my problem is not with you liking Macklemore. It's not with you being a dork.
Yeah.
You're my friend. If someone else called you a dork, I'd be like, hey, she's my dork. I got you, okay? I have your back. I want you to cry in the bathtub. I want that. I love that for you. What I do have a problem with is you saying, let's talk shit about people who hate Macklemore. You have to know you're wrong in this one.
The thing is, I do know I'm wrong in this one.
Because I agree with you. There are pretentious people who hate things that other people like, that are nice, fun little things. There are people who hate things because it's fun to hate things. But this thing that we hate just is bad. And it's okay to hate it.
I don't know. Okay. I think my hatred is of Macklemore is the hill that I'm dying on, which is not a good hill to die on, and I know that.
We have to find you a new hill.
I also think it's funny that I'm dying on this hill.
It's pretty funny.
And that's why I did this. But I hate people who pretend to like obscure bullshit to seem smarter than you.
And I couldn't agree with you more on that one.
And also the idea, and I think it's also because I used to hang out in the New York City music scene a lot. For like 5 years, I was at these stupid fucking Bushwick, Williamsburg warehouse bullshit. I had a lot of fun, but I met the same type of character over and over again, which is like, don't dance too much because then people think you're trying too hard. Don't blah, 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 blah. I'm like, that's the epitome of fucking loserdom.
Yeah,
of
you're a buzzkill.
pretending that you don't like things when you do.
Yeah.
Feel joy.
This just isn't one that we're pretending not to like.
Yeah.
You know what I
agree.
mean?
And I can honestly, we talked before the microphones went on. I saw him at a music festival.
Yeah.
In, I don't know. Like
Mike, I'll say
14?
this.
What?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but if I was at a music festival and Macklemore was there, I'd watch.
Yeah.
He was
But
great.
I'd laugh at him the whole time.
Yeah.
And I'd point out the dorks and I'd make fun of them because that's my right. That's my joy.
Yeah.
You can't steal my joy.
The weekend that I saw him in Philly, as part of like Made in America or whatever, he was one of the best acts that I saw. He was great.
All right.
But I still think his music is like, it's like boring and like just not very good.
This is I agree with you. I mean, it's fair. It's fun, but also like Macklemore is mainstream, and I think we like mainstream stuff most of the time can't be so good.
Is he still
because it has
mainstream?
to apply to a broad when they were popular for sure. He was hugely mainstream. It has to be able to be enjoyed by a broader group of people. So it just can't, like, we know fucking Sebastian Maniscalco is one of the most popular comedians. All the time he's going, I don't even know what he's saying anymore.
Wait. I need to clarify something.
Yeah.
Do you think there's an artist inside Macklemore that's being suppressed by the mainstream demand?
No.
Okay,
no.
just had to make
I'm
sure.
saying his music is bad because his music is mainstream. Mainstream shit is always diluted and can't be that good at a certain level. You know what I mean? I don't know if there are artists that are crazy mainstream that are like counterculture also. I don't think you can be the millionaire arena person and also be the person who pushes the needle. I just don't think that's true.
Well,
Sure.
I think it depends on the genre. I mean,
That's
like,
true.
I think Kendrick Lamar is at this point.
Yeah.
Right. There are exceptions, but if we're going to go by rules, mainstream shit is usually diluted at that point.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know how this helps your argument.
I'm arguing against people who are saying that like Macklemore's bad. So many people like it that there's something in there that's appealing. It appeals to a large group of people. So you can't say, and it's always also, and I know that's kind of because Nazism appealed to a large group of people, so I'm already walking it back.
Oh, I know why you like Macklemore.
Why?
Because he looks like a Nazi and that's what you like to fuck.
All right.
That's all this is. That's what this has been the whole time. Macklemore has a fucking Nazi haircut and blue eyes, and that for some reason just floods your pussy, dude.
I think that like if he had been
Fuck you.
at the time he
I
came
can't believe
out,
I didn't think of that in the first
I
place.
was hoping you wouldn't pick up on that.
I think when he came out, the hooks on some of those songs are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like Thrift Shop is kind of like a cool beat.
Wrong.
So if you don't think the beat is good,
No.
really?
I think
There's
Thrift
a
Shop
sax-
fucking sucks.
You suck. There is a fucking saxophone in that song. That's fun.
A saxophone
That's-
doesn't automatically make a
That's
song
good,
good.
clean fun. Yes, it does.
I mean, I think Thrift Shop is like more. At least like there's something to
it's
like
like a
there.
goofy, fun song.
If I am
Yeah.
at a party and that song comes on, I go outside and smoke.
Like,
of
Lizzy,
course.
Lizzy, what do you think about like Uptown Funk? Do you fuck with Uptown Funk?
I wouldn't say I fuck with it. I don't hate it as much.
Okay,
All
this
right.
this is a controversial.
I love Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk is great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw something out here too. Macklemore is a white rapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was what I was trying to get to, where I think that like I think he had a couple songs with some kind of cool hooks.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was like white and really like completely non-controversial
Yeah.
and a rapper, quote unquote, like he was easy to put on the radio because like,
That's
oh,
what
the
I'm
kids
saying.
love rap. Let's put this white guy that doesn't even
Yeah.
bother anybody on the radio.
But it is like you were saying, it is giving hip hop to the hippie.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's what a white rapper is. The only other white rapper that's good is Eminem.
And he's not doing that.
And he's not doing that, but Macklemore was never going to be Eminem.
Right.
He never was. Let him be
Right.
like, I bought a fur coat and it was fun. That's great.
And let us be like, this shit is corny and I hate it.
But totally, and you're allowed. But if you secretly love it and you're pretending that you don't just like a good time sometimes,
Right.
you're a bullshit artist.
Right.
Right. And that was my point about if that song comes on, I go outside to smoke. I'm not saying that to sound cool. I'm saying that to say I am not doing the thing that you
Yeah,
hate.
and that's fine.
Like I genuinely hate it.
Some like the person that's like in the corner of a show, just like leaning against the wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, let your hips get loose.
Yeah, you
bitch.
stink. You're
Have
lame. I hate
fun.
you. Yeah, 100%.
And
That's why I said if I was at a music festival, I'd watch.
yeah,
But my joy, while I'm dancing, would be pointing to freaks like you and going, she knows every word to this fucking song. That sucks.
and this is the thing. This is the thing. Freaks like me, everyone is always like, look at this dork just earnestly enjoying themselves. Joke's on you. I don't care what you think about me.
Right.
And isn't that cooler innately than people pretending to not
Not in
care?
this one, but sometimes.
I think the coolest people I ever encounter are people who are a bit
I know.
okay with
I'm being funny.
themselves.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. I also don't think liking Macklemore makes you cool.
I think admitting that I like Macklemore and knowing that it's corny could be cool.
because you're an individual.
Because
and
I'm
that's
an
how you-
individual
that's
who
how you're
loves
seeing this.
Macklemore, and I have preferences.
When you
I have
went-
tastes.
when-
I'll stand by them. And Irish Celebration is a goodwill song. And you know what? Also, but Macklemore is a Pacific Northwest white rapper. And that's probably a huge part of why I like him is because I'm from the Pacific Northwest. Like I was in high school when people were like, "Have you heard this song?"
Yeah.
And he says "skeet" in it, and it's hilarious and bad. And I was drinking Absolute vodka, fucking grinding, and having the time of my life, not knowing how bad life was gonna be. So when I listen to Macklemore,
All right.
I think of a high school dance. Just having a good time and thinking, oh, when is someone gonna ask me to prom?
course.
You know, it's just a little nostalgia.
There's so many songs like that. When
You're
I was
right.
in college, now anytime I hear you,
Yo.
I mean, I'm in. It's the worst. But I
Yeah.
just think of like standing at a house party at Rutgers with like a red Solo cup in my hand, like trying to
Right.
get laid.
Simple times.
Maybe the other difference is like, I'm not saying this to sound like one of these pretentious assholes. Like my life got bad when I was so young. That's when I hear songs that came on when I was in high school. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
not this again.
Sorry you fucked up your whole life, but I was over here.
I don't think it was my fault.
You were an addict who was being annoying. Also, like, I like Ludacris, too. Do I know a lot of Ludacris songs are fucking stupid and bad? Yeah,
Right.
but I want to say hoes in different area codes.
Yeah.
I do. Because
See,
life
that
is
I
a
can
nightmare.
get into.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's my point here. It's not, I'm not backing the Macklemore train. I'm not going, my uncles were gay,
know
and
what?
so what? I get it.
I think the thing that bothers me about it
Mm-hmm.
is it doesn't feel like he's having fun in the corniness. It
Macklemore?
feels like he's like, this is a really important song for gay rights.
That's fair.
And
That's
that
fair.
makes me sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like, if he was like, I'm a fucking corny white boy, blah, 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 blah. Like, Little Dicky's like that. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm a
Right.
corny white
Yeah,
boy, so
yeah.
I'm going to go have fun and be a corny white boy. I can get into that.
Yeah.
Because you're being self-aware corny. But when you're like, let's do like a single spotlight.
Yeah.
And then lights up on a black choir or whatever. That's when I'm like, you lost me, dog.
Great point.
Dare I say this? That's why I don't like Chappelle anymore. Because if
I
you're putting up
completely agree.
a
I
fucking
completely agree.
speech at your high school, some commencement thing where you got an award, and you're yelling at trans kids
Yeah.
for being a vessel for oppression,
Right.
You're a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm mad at Chappelle for his opinions, is that his whole fucking thing is being like, I am a generational tastemaker.
100%.
What are you doing?
And what I have to say is important.
You're wearing a flight jacket and
Yeah.
vaping, and you're like 6. Aren't you 50?
Yeah.
God.
Aren't you like 50?
You old fucking hack.
Yeah.
It's lame.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. My thing
Yes.
is like whenever somebody is like so serious about their message and
Yeah.
it's like not moving the needle in any way, I'm like, come on, be the goofy white guy who sings about thrift stores. Then
Yes.
I'm okay with you being that guy.
Little Dicky is palatable Macklemore for
Yeah,
sure.
100%.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll finish up this Macklemore discussion because I wrote notes and I'm going to finish it in my notebook like a dork. Welcome back to Respectfully, the Macklemore Tribute Podcast. Today, we're going to go through all of our favorite socially impactful Macklemore moments. All right, we're back in the Macklemore debate.
Yeah, and I think we might not be friends anymore.
Oh, get
Can you
over
imagine?
it.
No, but wouldn't it be hilarious if this was the thing?
If this broke us.
If we were like, yeah, I don't know, we were talking about Macklemore on a podcast. We don't really hang out.
A pandemic and, you know,
Me being in active addiction when we met.
yeah.
A pandemic.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of, we haven't really fought a lot.
A pandemic was probably a big one.
A couple times where we had to therapy speak at each other. And then
yeah.
Macklemore is the thing.
Macklemore is a very divisive character.
Can we tell people that happened? Just for the bit.
Sure.
Can we tell people we're not friends anymore?
We just are like, yeah, the pod never got off the ground.
because of Macklemore.
If Macklemore watches these clips, I hope he does.
I hope he does too.
You know, my secret hope during this
Is that he
before-
falls in love with you?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
When you listen to Macklemore, do you imagine he's your boyfriend?
You want to kiss him?
Is one of the things you wrote in your notes, Andrea, whatever his last name is in R.
His last name is Haggerty. And his first name is Patrick.
Ugh.
Did I have a crush on Macklemore when I was like that age? Sure, of course I did.
Don't act like it's in the past.
Do I-
Don't sit here and lie to my face. I'm your best friend.
right.
Look at me in the eyes and tell me you pretend he's your boyfriend.
Yes, okay. I have a Macklemore poster and I make out with it and I go, "You're such a social justice warrior. I love you, Patrick."
Patrick!
My husband, Patrick.
That's so funny. Can you imagine if not to play into any fantasies. But can you imagine if you
I
started
took my meds and I'm married to Macklemore.
Can you imagine if you started dating Macklemore and you had to show up to like a hang with our friends and be like, "This is my boyfriend Patrick," and we all had to be like, "Is that fucking Macklemore?" That makes me laugh
would be-
so hard.
Let's make this happen. Macklemore.
Macklemore.
I'm speaking directly to you now.
Macklemore, if you go through with this bit, I'll like you.
Yes.
I'll be like, he knows who he is. He's self-aware, and I am on board.
And that's how I picture Macklemore. I believe he is self-aware and he would come to Brooklyn, New York to a dive bar on a Tuesday night and pretend to be my boyfriend.
That's like when I believe that a guy's not texting me back because he's so in love with me, he's scared.
That's my favorite delusional girl thing of all time.
Me too.
He wasn't ready for you because you're too amazing.
You've said that to me a lot. Like about me. I've been like, yeah, he ghosted me. And you're like, he just wasn't ready for you.
Because I'm a good friend.
He wasn't ready to give you what he knew you deserved. He used me like a hole.
Okay, listen, I'm a good friend and I know the right things to say to help you in the moment.
I am crying
Yeah.
at the idea of you being like, this is Patrick. You know what? You know what my thing about Macklemore is?
That he's sexy and cool. And rich.
He gives guy who wants to do stand up.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He gives guy who wants to be an actor, and everybody knows that.
No. He thinks he'd be good at stand up for sure.
He would be good at stand up.
No, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't be good at stand up.
Thank you. Thank you for backing down off that
I'll
one.
never say that.
I was like, well, we can't have this pretend argument.
I'll be a hypocrite about everything, but we all know Macklemore would stink at stand up. Although, actually, in our current climate where stand up is just like funny words and like this, he might actually be pretty good.
No, but he would stink.
Yeah.
Like the way that those people stink.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Most of stand up sucks now. But okay, this is my final pro. This is more me thinking Macklemore is a good person point.
Which was never on. Sure, he's a good person.
He's a great person.
I never said he's a bad guy.
And I guess this is more, okay, so this is my final orb, okay, is that like right now, Gen Z is wearing like all 2000s bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, I was a teen during those times, the juicy tracksuits, I did it all. And I'm seeing young people do it now. And it's just like right after it was popular, we were all like, that is rancid and looks bad. And now it's back and everyone's diving headfirst. And I know that's how culture works and, you know, fashion cycles work. But like Macklemore, back in the day, all right, we got thrift shops. So he's talking about thrifting, okay? We got Same Love, which is talking about LGBTQIA plus minus Moonbeam.
I already know where this is going, and I already disagree.
He's a tastemaker.
Don't.
Also, I won't.
Don't.
I won't. I'll say this about Macklemore too. Him and his partner had 2 #1 Billboard hits at the same time.
For a second, I thought you were calling his girlfriend his partner, and I was like, "Don't you dare try to make him gay."
I say Macklemore's in a queer relationship, even though they're both straight. What are we in Bushwick? But I just say this is my partner, Patrick. But we're both straight, and he's Macklemore.
We're in a queer relationship because sometimes we have threesomes with other women.
And he wears fur coats in music videos.
Hey, me and my partner Patrick really like your vibe. And the girl is like, is that fucking Macklemore?
I just start a field profile and I Photoshop pictures of me and Macklemore together. That's actually
I
funny.
do that.
I know. I got to start doing that. I'm going to start doing like Instagram photos of me and Macklemore, pretending we're like on vacation together.
See, that's funny because you're self-aware.
Right. Okay, but also they hit Billboard without having record label representation because they just like they were on Tumblr, they were on Twitter, all the stuff. Like as a business move, Macklemore and his partner were like one of the first like DIY artists that like fucking truly.
I wouldn't say one of the first. They did it,
yeah,
but a bunch of people had already done it.
One of the they were
2012? I mean, that's around the time.
Yeah,
They're
they
like
were.
I don't know.
wave.
They were literally the first DIY artists to hit the Billboard. It's like a known fact. They also were the first one ever to have 2 #1 hits at the same time. I looked it up. So like people, here's my thing too.
I guess it depends on what you mean by DIY because there are plenty of people who are creating their own label and then doing it that way.
For sure, but they succeeded, and this is my problem always.
So did Young Money.
I'm not saying, but the thing is, what I'm saying is that the people who criticize, especially like failed, and this is what I hate, when failed musicians fucking criticize successful mainstream artists, especially someone like this who like, you know, hustled seemingly. I'm like, your music is bad.
Yeah.
And this person, like, it's just like, I don't like Andrew Schultz, to be clear. But Andrew Schultz did a thing in comedy that changed things quite a bit. You know what I mean? He like changed the...
So did Dane Cook, and everyone talks shit about him.
Right,
Dane Cook did the same thing.
And it's like, if you're a success and you're saying that to me, then... Or if you're telling me that you don't like this person's politics or whatever, I can agree with that. but the amount of loser artists that have opinions on like very successful people where I'm like, you're a loser.
Sure.
We have TikTok now and you could be famous instantly if you were talented, but you're not. Loser.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Might I add that I would say 90% of what we do when we hang out with our friends is talk shit about comedians who are millionaires.
Yeah.
That's what being an artist who is not successful, whether it's yet or never will be, that's what you do.
Okay.
So like you're saying these like
You don't make
failed
art.
musicians talk shit about Macklemore. They're not, I don't know if they're failed musicians or if they're just unsuccessful musicians, but that's what it is. Like 2 seconds ago, you were like, Sebastian Maniscalco's a hack. Like that's what we do.
But he is a hack, but he's successful.
yeah.
And he's fun.
But you still, what's the difference? What's the difference between you doing that and a musician saying Macklemore's corny? What's the difference?
I'm a failed comedian, and Sebastian Maniscalco should be laughing at me because I am not making money and he is.
Right.
Fuck. I guess, you know what? I just
Also, you're not a failed comedian, but you know what I mean.
I think this is the thing, is that our friends who make fun of mainstream artists are people who could potentially be successful, is my thought here. Is like, they're not making money right now, but it's because they haven't maybe done the thing or the thing hasn't hit yet. But I know that they're funny and I know they have the potential to be successful. I also know there's lots of artists who are majorly talented who never get their due, or people who die and then their art is appreciated afterwards. I'm not saying making money is the metric of being talented. I am saying that people who are insanely untalented and will never succeed always are like, well, this mainstream cornball. And it's like, well, maybe it's because your noise music is bad and you're not that interesting. Is that maybe what's going on here?
Sure. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying someone could say the exact same thing about me and you.
Well, they're wrong and we're fun.
But you know what I mean? Like, they don't think that their noise music is bad.
Yeah.
They're not like,
But
I'm going
everyone
to
else-
sit down and make bad music.
But everyone else thinks their noise music is bad. And
But do they? Or do you think it's bad?
no, everyone else does, because they're not. Here's the thing. You and I are not millionaires, shockingly, but one day, babe. But we get like metrics and like reinforcement from things around us that tell us that the thing we're doing is good. We get booked on shows. We like, and these small successes tell us like, okay, at least on a certain level, that we're moving in a correct direction. If you've just been doing this the whole time you pursued something, it's you.
Yeah. But I still think you get to talk shit about people who are successful. Were we not talking shit when we were open micers?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Schmaybe.
We 100% were.
And we were drunk losers then.
Yeah.
And we should be embarrassed.
So yeah. So we agree.
Guys, we got to wrap up. This has been a...
I think we ended up on the same page in a weird way.
Yeah, we are always on the same page.
Yeah.
We just got to go through the brambles and get a little hairy with it.
That was fun.
It was fun. All right, guys. Lizzy, where can they follow you and find you?
Follow me on Instagram at Lizzy Cassidy and listen to my other podcast, Close Calls, comedy podcast about near-death experiences.
Fuck yeah, listen to me at right here, obviously. And follow Andrea Comedy 69 on Instagram. And we got a Insta, right?
Yeah, respectfully _pod on Instagram.
And shout out to our producer, Mike Coscarelli.
You can find me at Mike Coscarelli on Instagram, and you can listen to Mike Coscarelli Rules wherever you get your podcasts.
Mike Coscarelli. Rules.
Yeah.
It's a baby.
All right, we really have to go.